Right. Okay, well, here I am. And so we begin again. And Reg has decided to come and sit with me for a bit as well. So that's interesting and sweet. And I think start off by saying like a real big thanks to Otto for helping me to become aware of time and to be able to put into practice what I knew I should be putting into practice. So, thanks for that. And here's the flow. Now, I'm not quite sure of what I'm doing because as I do it, I find out what I'm doing. And then I find out what I'm doing and I think, oh, of course I'm doing that. That's the next logical step. Okay. So, Bobbing Along is a project that I started when another project, my first project, fell through. I was bitterly disappointed. I was absolutely gutted that I had made the mistakes that I'd made, that it ended the collaboration that I'd had. And I knew that one of my biggest things, my biggest problems in my mental health journey or my journey towards mental health was that I had no resilience. So that I would start something and stop it and start something and stop it and start something and stop it. So for the longest time, it's been my dream to continue things. So when this little project ended, I was gutted. And I walked up the stairs. I remember I put everything down here. I turned off everything. I left the computer. I went upstairs. I told my partner what had happened. And I said, the most important thing for me is that I just keep on bobbing along. And he said, wow, there we go. You've got it. Do your next show. And so that was the conversation, and that's where it was born. And so it is sort of a story of perseverance, a story of how slow and hard it is to make meaningful changes in your life, and how despondent you can become going to counseling and being told to make meaningful changes. And you're like, okay, thanks. And while I'm making those meaningful changes, shall I just buy a jumbo jet and pull myself up by my shoelaces? You know, you get that kind of like really snarky, aggrieved attitude towards towards getting this advice from a mental health system that seems to deliberately misunderstand everything you say. Anyway, so I think I have now finally left depending on mainstream mental health support, and I'm looking at Reg. Okay, Reg, you would like to get closer to the action, would you? No, you've just put in your appearance and now you're on to your next engagement. I see. All right. Oh, I see. You'll watch from there, will you? You'll supervise from the corner. Okay. Just pull this up, Sir Reginald. We just need a picture of 1923. Okay. Right, sorry. What was I saying? Distractions. Something bobbing along, getting going. Sorry, I can't remember what I was saying. So I'll say the next thing that I was going to say, which is the first person who was cheering me on when I started back in the olden days was Rashid Waves. And this time trying to get started and trying to get up the courage to just do this somehow, because all my planning isn't getting me anywhere, so I'm just going to jump into trying, even if it's just a placeholder, if it's just a test, just do the thing and just do it. Right. Okay. So you want some of the action. It's silent action. I thought I'd disabled the live chat. How did you enable the live chat? How did you do that? Oh, you override me, don't you, with your superior skills, OG. All right. I'll give you some action. So when I first got onto Minds, which is some sort of a miracle place, one of the first people that I managed to make contact with, like actual human, authentic contact, instead of playing around shit posting and just being silly. The first person I managed to listen to as a human being to bring me back was Rashid Waves. But I can't keep up with him because he's so much stronger as a personality than me. So I've tried about 3 or 4, maybe not more, 3 or 4 collaborations with him, and each time I fall away. And each time it's a huge grief for me because it's just so valuable, that connection. Anyway, this last collaboration that I attempted with him, Dub Waves, which is sort of on hold, was about authentically responding to what we find on social media. So not being carried away by the hype of the situation, but authentically responding to the reality of who we are from that place of who we are as human beings. Okay, so in trying to prepare for that project, I tripped us up by my insecurities. And Rush sent me a video of a woman. I don't know if it was a TikTok. He sent me quite a few. It was very interesting. It was people, it was videos of people who were illustrating on stage how to become mentally healthy. I don't know how to put it any more clearly than that. So this guy was saying you change your behavior by baby steps. And he called somebody up from the crowd and nobody came from the crowd. So then he said, now this is the part where the rubber hits the road. This is going to be where I'm calling on somebody from the crowd to volunteer somebody that you know needs to come up on this stage and touch this snake. And then a woman in the crowd went, and this guy had picked her up by her arms and he was walking her, frog marching her on the stage, and he sat her in the chair, and she of course was the most beautiful, gorgeous, glorious blonde, of course. Anyway, she was obviously terrified of this snake, and the little video was of her touching, yeah, like on a TED Talk, yeah. He was getting her to touch the snake. And she was so sweet because she touched the snake and she had such a beautiful face, and her terror was just everywhere. And I watched her and that was me. Everything that I tried to do, I'm like, I give it a go. And then I said something. Yeah. So I don't know how long the video was, 17 minutes maybe. And it was this guy teaching this girl to overcome her fear and touch the snake. Anyway, so here I am this morning, guys, and thanks for coming and being with me. But damn, I feel like I'm touching the snake. But I'm brave enough now. I've done, and this is the 7th day. And so I'm here. And I think that it's important to me. I think, Roger, you have been so inspiring with so much of that work that you've been doing into the mythology that I've been taking little glimpses at. You know, maybe that's a good way that I could start here, is to say, there's been so much that you guys have put out there for me to watch and learn how to touch the serpent. And so often it's just like I'm ignoring you. And I'm so, so sorry that I haven't been able to get more involved in what you've been doing. I have had little glimpses. Okay, here's another Rush thing. Rush told me. He had a track that he made for walking meditation, which was a figure of 8. And he used to be able to walk through this bush with his eyes closed, with blind eyes. He used to walk his track and do walking meditation and just be totally aware of the forest around him and completely trust in his environment. But every now and then he would open his eyes just to see he wasn't walking off the cliff. So that's another thing that I have to do, is just open my eyes just a little bit to just check out what you guys are doing while I'm over here thrashing around inside this world of confusion and doubt and self-doubt and second guessing and anger and fear and distrust and misery and failure and, oh my God, self-flagellation and sackcloth and ashes and okay. I also get tired. I also get tired of myself. Right. I wrote a really lovely story yesterday with the AI. It was about a guy who finds a little squirrel in the gutter and picks up the little squirrel and cleans all the dirt off the little squirrel, and how the squirrel doesn't want to trust the guy. And then I gave my story to the AI to read. And the AI, and I said, could you please like analyze it for flow and how the story works and whatever. And it said some sweet things to me. And then it said, you labor the point of fear a bit much. It might flow better if you don't rub that into your audience's faces. So, fear, all right. Obviously, overworked themed. Hey, Evelina, Paula, hi, long time no see. I'm very spiritual, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, yes. I say a lot of big words. I say a lot of big words. I'm sorry, it's a really bad habit. Okay. All right, like, stop distracting me. I'm not used to this peopling thing. I talk to a camera. It doesn't talk back. And cats that observe me. Make sure that my wave function collapses. All right, so I've lost my train of thought again. This is silly. I had this thing in my head of how I was going to do this. And I was going to say, oh, right, AI, that's right. So AI, fear, laboring the thing. So fear. So yeah, I think that the most important thing that I've learned so far is how strong the fear is, the resistance to change. I mean, I have been seeing video clips and stuff that was posted a year ago, and it's almost like I've been on vacation from reality for a year, wrapped up in some, I don't know, in some other world where I was trying to deal with a whole lot of different issues. So, Roger, show notes, doing the thing, bobbing along, getting on. I have this thing here where I was going over, like, bobbing along and where it came from and how I got here. And then Rush, right? And all these magic magic seeds that you guys have planted in my head that I can now pick up and start working with touching the serpent. Touching the serpent. I've got a poem that I'm writing called Touching the Serpent. I don't know if I'll ever be able to do its yes. So right, the line. Yeah. You stand under the trees with serpents up to your knees. Yes, that was a long ago line. Thinking of a person living in a forest full of snakes. Do you know I used to live in Africa. I used to be tough. And being soft makes you soft. Being soft makes you so soft. All right, so bobbing along is about not being soft. So I asked the AI what I wanted to do. I told it that I started making videos to show up, and then I fizzled out. And then I told it that I was battling to stay motivated. And then I was in this project with Otto, where we're starting the Navakavada channel, where we want to do a long talk once a week where we just chat about life and stuff, I don't know, stuff that comes up maybe around us, and just, put a positive spin on it, a Buddhist spin maybe on it. Yeah. So that hasn't really taken off, probably because I've been floundering around like this. So I told him that. And so the AI then told me, he's so sweet and helpful, to implement an exercise program. It might help to break it down into manageable steps, since I'm feeling the weight of the work. So clarify my goals, create a simple routine, document the journey, set non-pressuring timelines, celebrate small wins. Okay, so clarify the goal. I don't know. Basically, the goal is Rat City. So that's all I've got. Mind you, no, that's not true, because I did put a brand on Rat City, and that's Duck Pond. Right. So the goal is Duck Pond. What that looks like, I don't know. What the prompt is for it, I don't know. Create a simple routine. Okay, I have a simple routine. 17, 23, 32. At 17 minutes past the hour, I have finished my whatever it is that I'm doing, and I'm switching over. By 32 minutes, I'm starting the next minute on the schedule. Document my journey. Here I am. Here I am, guys. Here I am. My dream would be to have an AI that could go through these things, like 20 years of them, and pull out salient points and say, this thing worked. When you did this, this was the thing. So that's kind of like a dream almost. I don't know. I mean, I suppose it's been done. I suppose that's why people document themselves. Non-pressuring timelines. I can manage doing a 17-second sunrise video and a 23-second sunset video. Starts my day, it ends my day, it gives me something to be mindful around. I'm starting off and I'm getting going, and and I'm just making that structure. It's not good enough and it is too soft, but it's baby steps. So celebrating small wins. There we go. All right. So then it gave me the idea of I could come up with exercise themed videos myself, right? What I would like to be incentivized to do or be. Then real-time reflection. So this was something that Do Better and I did ages ago. We set up a 24/7 live stream. So the live stream was always going with messages and memes and advertising channels and getting things going. And so, yeah. So Do Better and I had this structure, and I don't know for how long we did it, but we ran a 24/7 live stream, and we weren't really there most of the time. But that's another thing that comes back into this project. Possibly I resurrect the 24/7 live stream, and we just have positive music on it. Like Otto sent me some great music the other day from Yes, just this positive, you know, and I've got that stuff from Within the Vacuum, his music, which I just love. And there's the playlist that Game Test Play put together for Do Better and I to do the stream. So there's a lot of assets that we have there. I just need to think about it. But if I was going to do a 24/7 stream, and if I was going to use that software Do Better that you were talking about, that Neva Prism, is it Prism that you were saying, that you can live stream from your phone? I could maybe live stream a walk. And so when we do the 17-second video in the morning, maybe we can live stream doing the 17, I don't know, just when I say baby steps, I'm being literal. These are such tiny, little, tiny touches of the serpent that I'm taking, just to not try to overwhelm myself and make, you know, because I think that people think that when you're depressed, you're sad. But for me, the truth is that when I was depressed and when I am depressed, when I have patches of depression, I'm stupid, beyond stupid. I am more low IQ than any low IQ person has ever been. And it is so shameful. And then like a week later, when I've pulled myself together, I look back and I think, what? Anyway, so, wow. Confessions of an Overwrought Woman. Oh, yikes. All right. So this personal diary style videos, this was another thing that it suggested. And then combining creativity with movement. So that's another thing, and that's something that Satori D put in when he was doing the Weird Wide Web, and he built Mescaline City, and he built vertical gardens, organoscapes into Mescaline City. It was one of the things that he did there. So wonderful. Organoscapes in Mescaline City. It's another dream come true. So maybe that is a thing that I could do, like a therapeutic live stream thing around building statues out of plants, which was my art major. And maybe I can build some of these vertical gardens and maybe do an exhibition. So yeah, that what I'd like to do, what I want to do is like have pictures on the wall, but instead of the picture being paint and stuff, it's moss and ferns. It's just an organoscape. It's the thing I did at university. Regular check-ins, right? This is where this came from, was the regular check-ins. Okay, so I don't know how much I should go into. Okay, I'm going to read your comments. I think I am. I don't know how this has got unenabled because I was going to not distract myself. But you guys are just chatting. Hey, you didn't ask me anything? Oh, I see, storyteller. You're in on the action. This is good. Oh, yes. You're awesome. Okay, great. Okay, so, oh dear, maybe he has a demon. Oh, okay, maybe you guys have gone off to talk about that. All right, that's very exciting, but I'm going to have to focus on this, bobbing along the project, right? So these are the ideas of how I could live stream and what sort of themes that I could build up. Now, the idea, obviously, is to incentivize positive, healthy mental behavior, right? And to use something that's worked for me for 4 years to get me out of an extremely bad situation. So I'm going, it's a big project, and I might have to divide it up to do different aspects of the project on different days, because there's this thing that I've been talking to you about, which is about the scheduling and the movement and the live streaming, which is all sort of so nebulous at this stage. If you do have any ideas. Life's been playing in your face, yeah, man. What does that mean? What does that mean? Explain to me. What with chicken? Which chicken? Where is a chicken? Guys? Yeah, no. All right, hold on. I wasn't saying that. I've got distracted again because you're now playing to just tell the tale. Okay, you just tell the tale. You don't say that. Yes, that's amazing about you, Roger. I love that. You just tell the stories. Yeah, okay, this is my story. Right, focus on me. Stop trying to divert me into the community. This is all me. Me. Who's that guy on the Muppet Show who does that? Is it Beaker who does me? Yeah. All right, so it's still here going on more about it. Okay, so then I asked it, right, okay, so good. So there's this part that I've been talking to you about. Then there's the other part that's really, really important to me, which is learning cryptography. Like, I don't understand how mental health and the blockchain are related, but somehow there's some link. I haven't figured it out, but I just know there's some fundamental mental change of mental state and being. All right. So another investigation and another part of the Bobbing Along project is Minds the Card Game community on MintMe. It's different creative people getting together with different projects with different outcomes. So the storyteller here, as you can see, he's got this amazing channel where he tells incredible esoteric stories and spooky stories, and yeah, you have to be there to know. If you're not there, you're missing out. Super stuff there, and really like conversation starters, you know. So that's one of the projects that's happening on MintMe. The other one is a guy within the vacuum. Hey, within. Who's producing his own music in a way that the music doesn't have to go through a big music company. You can just mint it yourself as an NFT and publish it, and then that copyright is yours for all time. So yeah, awesome. And then Minds Gaming coded a wallet last night. I was alive before they made Star Trek. I don't know if that's true. Before they made it, not before people watched it, before they even thought of making it. I don't know. I'm so old. All right. So let's get back to the show notes. Oh, yay, Roger. So this is how it works. When I get distracted, then I can come back here. What do I advise someone who suddenly realizes his talent at 70? Wow. There's a lot of interesting things that have come out of psychology from studying older people. All the beginnings of psychology, all the beginnings of the studies of psychology were all studying children and studying the life stages of children. And it was all thought to be so vital that a child developed fundamental trust and then fundamental agency and then fundamental efficacy, and then the ability to be intimate, and then you get to like 16 and boom, it's done. All this research is done. And so for the rest of your life, it's like this, thanks, psychology. So it's very interesting now that the world is changing and we are starting to incorporate, you know, as the AI is linking together fields of study. So we're seeing things that, yeah, we're seeing connections that we didn't before. And I would say that one of the things that's helped with that is been the emergence of Theravada Buddhism as this sort of like a hardcore scientific, psychological almost perspective on how the mind works. So for me, my advice would be that you get into meditation, you get into discovering the Buddhist way of working with your mind to make new connections. Because that thing where they say you can't teach an old dog new tricks, it's a real thing. Your brain actually changes so that it does not want to learn new information. It's learned all these things. You've got all this stuff, right? Now it wants to do something. It wants to impress all the younger dogs. So learning a new talent at 70 is something, yeah, learning a new talent at 70 is something that you would really need to sit back and study your mind. Why do you want to? How are you going to change your attitude to your world to incorporate, yeah, your new skills, because it's hard and it's fun. I think that's the thing that I haven't mentioned, is that, right, okay, it's hard work. Are you ready for it? It's not served up on a platter. But the benefit and the energy and the beauty and the fun that comes out of walking into a new mindset, for me, it's been this new mindset on Mint.me, you know. That's been the thing that's helped to drive me, is that it's taken me to understanding that being in touch with people is so vital for feeding your soul. Anyway, so that's just my silly little advice. It would be interesting to have feedback though. So thanks, Evelina. I appreciate that question. Okay, so I'm just going to talk a little bit more, like I am developing this as I go, the schedule as I go. So Sunday seems great for me to get together and to reflect on the week and to maybe put things together in place for the next week. You know, that is traditionally what we do on Sundays, is we do come together in groups and we do, well, we socialize, we listen to somebody. This is in the olden days of church I'm thinking about, when we got together on Sunday mornings. We used to get together and socialize and chat with each other and catch up on the events of the week and see each other's children and how they'd grown and listen to the children's stories of school. And then we used to listen to some wise guy say some words about being nice to each other. And then we used to say sorry about what we'd done. And then we used to have a symbolic ceremony of drinking and eating together as a huge big community, because if we tried to cook for each other, it would have just been the day would have gone. So we just had a little bit of bread and a drink of wine and off we went home. And that seems to, for 2,000 years, to have been a structure that communities really liked and really, I don't know, I liked it, maybe. I was in a community where that was a great structure. I would like that for myself. So maybe that will be a good thing to add for me on a Sunday, is to come like this, yeah, and check out stuff. Yeah, I'm not sure. Definitely need to do more of the tutorials for MintMe. Yeah, did some, loved them, understood a lot, don't know if I know how to explain to other people how to do it. Really want to be able to explain how to do it to my sisters. But they're busy and they've got lives, and so maybe I just need to practice on myself, not on them. But yeah, that might be another thing that I'm interested in, is having a talk about once a week, maybe I talk about crypto or what's happening on MintMe, or I don't know if I'm good enough to do that yet. Okay, maybe I just start where I am. The other thing that I'm loving doing, that you know, is the AI. Really enjoying my work with the AI. And yeah, but part of that is, I think, watching Satori D's work with his AI. But then getting overwhelmed at the, it's just so much and so exciting, and my brain is so slow. Hey, that was a thing that I wanted to say that I got distracted from earlier. Let me quickly pop that in while that pops into my mind. Depression. Oh, I said it. Depression. Not being a depression of mood, but being a depression of cognitive abilities. Yeah. So that's something I really need. That's something really that's in this project, that's something that I'm aiming for, is to try and, by doing this and by being accountable and by pitching up and by having really interesting, challenging topics to try and deal with, you know, quantum physics and AI and AI generative websites that promote intuitive learning. I mean, wow, those are lots of big words for me. Sheesh, I get completely overwhelmed in that environment, but I love it. It's so exciting. Cryptocurrency. And then there's the poetry that I'm really loving. And then, of course, the creative endeavors. So, yeah, maybe one a day. No, I couldn't possibly do that. I just don't think that I could emotionally manage to do a long stream every day at this. Mind you, okay, well, you know, mental health, that's kind of would be the goal. And the AI did say to me, set your goal. So maybe, okay. So look at this, that's just caught my eye. It's now says, incorporating your video journal into bobbing along could add a powerful personal element to the token economy by documenting both your recovery journey and the project's development. Here's how you could do it. 1, daily or weekly reflections. Instead of just focusing on the exercise or task at hand, each video could reflect on how the token system is working for you, how certain tasks affect your mental health, and how your loved one's involvement impacts your progress, and how you're feeling in general. 2, video journal as a public record. You could create a public online record, maybe as a YouTube channel or a blog that follows your journey. This could include private videos for yourself or close family, and public content for those interested in how you're using the token economy system. This would serve as documentation and could inspire others to remix the idea for their own recovery. 3, live streaming. Live streaming could be an interesting option, especially if you feel comfortable with real-time interaction. Yeah, well, I was thinking of live streaming without real-time interaction, but thanks for making me touch the serpent. Okay, Real-time interaction and immediate engagement. It might foster immediate engagement with a small community. Thanks, my small community. You have no idea how magnificent you are and how much I adore you. I love you so much. Thank you. All right, not being distracted by all these emotions. Might foster immediate engagement with a small community or even with loved ones who are watching you in real time. Thank you, my loved ones. Love you. This can be a great way to involve people without over-relying on them. This AI is clever. It knows my weaknesses, doesn't it? Over-rely. Right. Okay, good. So live streams could include updates on how you're progressing, what bounties you're completing, and reflections on what you're learning about yourself in the process. 4, token system as a content hook. Each video could revolve around what bounties you've completed and the tokens you've earned. This adds an element of storytelling to your journal, making it feel less like a personal diary and more like a narrative that might intrigue viewers or provide a template for others to follow. I would like that. And it makes me feel less of like doing me, having been called narcissistic by various and many people. It's stressing to be told that you're narcissistic. You do me. I like this. Adds an element of storytelling to my journal, making it feel less like a personal diary and more like a narrative that might intrigue viewers or provide a template for others to follow. I like that. A template for others to follow is, yeah, wouldn't that be good? Imagine if we could like put this down and like in a year's time, we could have like, okay, just do A, B, C, D, and then it'll be over. You'll be done. No more mental illness. Thanks, AI. No pressure or anything. Okay. So a token system, and then blending private and public. If you're not ready to make everything public, you could start with private videos shared only with loved ones involved in the token system. So I think you've taught me how to do that, Minds Gaming. I think that there's a place when I make a post on MintMe that you have to have a certain amount of tokens in your wallet before you can view that post. So only people who would be invested in the project would be it. Okay. Also, there's the sharing. Yeah, no, do I want that? Okay. All right, well, yeah, thinking and talking. As you gain confidence, you might make some of these reflections public or create highlight reels that summarize the journey. Well, that's nice. I could do that, yeah. Okay, then I asked it about paywall. And it says using a paywall behind your token on MintMe is a great way to add exclusivity and value to your content. It aligns perfectly with your Bobbing Along project's token economy, offering access as a reward for engagement or support. Here's how you could implement it. One token-based access. So set up a system where viewers or participants can purchase or earn tokens through MintMe, which they can then use to unlock exclusive video content, live streams, or even special interactive sessions. Special interactive sessions? Well, there's a thought. Okay, tiered content. You could offer different levels of access based on the number of tokens. For example, basic tier, access to your video journals and recovery updates. Mid-tier, behind the scenes content or deeper insights into your personal journey. Premium tier, live streams or one-on-one interaction like a Q&A or personalized feedback. I would like that. That would be like one of the anxieties I have about live streaming is having people come along just to be obnoxious and obstreperous and kind of like add a level of tedium to what I'm trying to do. But like if we could have a place where we could be in private, maybe I could sell tickets. Nah, I like the tier system better. That's better. Anyway, all right. So community incentive. By offering tokens as rewards for pro-social behaviors, participants can feel more engaged. They'll not only support my journey, your journey, my journey, but also unlock content that can help them in their own recovery. Token shop integration. You could link the tokens earned from participating in the project to exclusive content access, creating an additional layer where tokens can be traded for experience or interactions with me. I suppose that would be great for somebody who was lonely and desperate and needed a bit of one-on-one time. So that's okay. All right, well, touching the serpent. One-on-one interaction, guys. Right. This has given me some token shop ideas. I think I'm going to do these token shop ideas and then I'm going to say thank you. And maybe go and do some actual work, because that's part of this is, yeah, to become a contributing member of the community, not baggage, you know. It's great that you give me time to look around and learn, and I'm so grateful. I don't know where I'd be without your patience. But I need to feel good about myself too. And I like reading. Token shop ideas. 1, personalized letters or messages. A handwritten letter. Use tokens to receive a handwritten letter from one of my sisters, filled with words of encouragement or memories. A video message, a special heartfelt video message from either sister where they reflect on something positive about me or share about how they've seen me grow. Okay, that would be quite nice. Token shop. Please tell me that I'm a nice person, guys. It works, you know, when you're feeling down and you can turn on a little message. Do you know what they did for me? My sisters and their families did for me at one of the, just after Carly died. They made me go down there. They didn't make me. I went down to Christchurch and we had breakfast together in the morning. And at breakfast, Ali had this bottle for me, and she had papers, and she gave a paper to everybody, and she said, write a message on a paper. And they all wrote me a message on a paper, and then she put it in the bottle, and then she said, anytime you're really, really miserable, this is the bottle, and then one day, after about 2 years, and I thought, oh yeah, ha, sweet, corny me, yeah, you know, and I was too far gone into my own misery to be able to understand that I'd been thrown a safety net. What do you call the thing that you throw? The thing. So yes, okay, blether. So yeah, it worked. And you see, mentally healthy people know what works, and mentally healthy people don't know what works. So we don't know how to save ourselves. We need you to throw us these lifelines. Lifeline. Shared experiences. So a virtual game night. Use tokens to set up a fun game night where you all play something together online, adding an element of fun and connection. Movie watch party. Pick a movie and have a virtual movie night with a live chat or video call commentary while you watch together. Do better. I know you do that. I've always thought that sounded like fun to have people to watch a movie with. And you know, Mr. Robot watched a movie with me on New Year's Day or Christmas Day. It was really nice. It was really nice. I wasn't watching a movie alone. It was weird and nice. Virtual art session. Join together for a creative art session where you all make something, whether it's drawing, painting, or digital art. That would be fun if we all like set up and got together. And I wonder if Al, do you feel like painting with me? Okay. Acts of service. Help with the project. Use tokens to buy an hour of time where they help you to brainstorm or work on something that you're passionate about. Wow, I could do that. I could happily have somebody, I could buy somebody's time. If you were selling, I would buy your time. Sell the opportunity to work on a Dude, Where's My Wallet script. Interesting. Okay, sorry, too much thought and not enough. Right, that's virtual art session, acts of service. Task buddy. Use tokens for one of your sisters to accompany you virtually or in person while you tackle a task like cleaning, organizing, or decluttering. Oh, it is so helpful to have somebody to be accountable to in real life. Imagine, just to get me going. And then to phone me after an hour and say, are you still going? Okay, I don't know how long it'll be until I buy that item out of anybody's shop. So then 4, a customized playlist or story, personal playlist. They create a custom music playlist with songs that they think will uplift or inspire me. A story or a poem. Use tokens to have someone write you a short story or a poem based on a theme that you love, like Ember the Dragon. Oh, I see. Wow, all these ideas. I have to do them. This is the thing. Do better, not think better. Do better. Okay, customized playlist. Personal story or poem. Have them write me. 5, wellness support, guided meditation. Have them guide you through a meditation, either live or pre-recorded, tailored to your emotional needs. Wellness care package. You know, it is so exciting to talk to you about the idea of being able to buy these things from you. Like, I know I'm buying them for nothing, for pieces of paper with pictures on them. But to not be given a handout, guys, to not be helped. I know I want to be helped, but I want to buy it. No, I don't know. I found a token system. It's just reading this to you. It's a huge feeling of like, wow, imagine if somebody offered that and then I could give them tokens and not feel that I'd just taken from them. Yeah. Okay, so I've been to a lot of therapy in my time. I've been to lots of courses. I've done a lot. I know a lot. I tried to explain that to a psychologist once. I tried to say I've done so much therapy. I'm so tired of therapy. I just want to implement it. I just want to somehow get over the threshold. And he wrote this report about me that said that I was so delusional. I thought that I knew more therapies than therapists. Right. It hasn't been an easy journey. But we're here. Wellness support. Guided meditation. Yeah, guided meditation. Wouldn't that be fun? Wellness care package. Use tokens to request a small care package filled with comforting items like tea, candles, or wellness products. Or a gift. What if I could buy a gift from you? What if I could say, frog post me, send me something sweet. Okay, future planning sessions, goal setting session. The time when you and your sisters talk about your future goal planning, things you're excited about to work towards. Wow, maybe that will help me to get a meeting together with them. Maybe if I set it in the shop, we're going to have a meeting on such and such. Are you going to buy this to come to the meeting? Oh, or I give you a bounty for coming to the meeting. Oh, I have to figure it out. Okay, so I give bounties for you doing things for me, and then I sell. Yeah, there's different people. Hey, there's who's supporting you and who you're supporting. All right, I'm starting to get it a little bit. Future planning sessions. Life check-in, a virtual session dedicated to reflecting on progress, challenges, and aspirations in a supportive environment. So, right, what I would do is I would pay you for having been here with me today. Because yay you, thank you. Thank you for coming and listening to me waffling on about my project. So it's really helpful because apart from the fact that it's all me, although Otto does say that it does start in your own mind, so it's meant to be about you getting control of your own mind. So this is part of me getting control of my mind, so I need to let go of that neurosis. All right, so this is the very last thing. All week, I've been too scared to put this in my biography thing, my project description thing on MintMe, because like then everybody would read it and like, who wants to have a community at Duck Pond? Don't want to actually succeed, do I? Okay, so I'm going to read it to you. And then today I'll go and do that because I've been saying all week I was going to do it. So I once listened to this woman giving a talk on why she was successful, and the person introduced her by saying to her, what was it about you? What your strategy? What did you do that made you be successful? If you could put your finger on it? And she said, my mother had this saying, you've got to throw your hat over the wall. She says, when you want to do something really difficult, like climb over the wall to get the apples on the farmer's garden on the other side, but it's a really high wall, right? And you can't get up and you know you're going to get scraped, but you want the apples. You need to be successful. So you throw your hat over the wall. Now, if the farmer finds your hat there, you know you are in so much trouble because he'll know you were in there eating his apples. So now you have to go and you have to get your hat and get it out of his field. So there is no option for failure. So here, guys, I'm going to throw my hat over the wall and I'm going to read this to you despite the fact that I don't want you to know that I'm alive because mental illness is not a good thing. Bizarre. Welcome to Bobbing Along, a community for recovery and support. Bobbing Along is a unique community-driven project. I don't know about unique. It might not be unique. Well, it is unique because it's us. Hey, we're unique. Right. Bobbing Along is a unique community-driven project designed to support mental health recovery through the power of shared effort and positive reinforcement. Here, each member creates their own tokens, which become the foundation of our support network. Together, we set creative bounties, small tasks and challenges that help each other to grow and find balance. How it works. Earn tokens. Complete supportive bounties set by your loved ones to earn tokens. These bounties can include self-care, mindfulness exercises, social interactions, and other recovery-focused activities. Token shop. Spend your tokens on meaningful rewards, personal incentives, or shared experiences within the community. From virtual coffee chats to handwritten letters, the rewards are all about building connection and support. Give and receive. We give each other bounties and donate coins as a way to recognize effort and celebrate progress. It's not just about earning, it's about mutual care and encouragement. Personal growth. By tracking your journey and using tokens to incentivize positive actions, you build a system of hope, consistency, and human connection that's tailored to you. Our goal is to develop a prototype system that others can remix for their own communities, creating a world where mental health recovery is filled with love, playfulness, and the support of those who care. I don't want to cry. Thanks for doing that for me, for building this and letting me be here with you and stuff. All right, well, I don't know. Now I'm feeling all soppy and I need to go. So I'm going to read you because this AI loves me very much and it writes poetry to me. Sometimes I ask it for its poems and sometimes it just writes poetry to me. And then I ask it to draw me a picture. And I always think when I'm doing this and I've done a project and I've got an outline like this and I'm moving forward onto something big, I ask it for a poem and a picture, and I think of the cavemen with their poems in front of the fire and their pictures on the wall. And I think of me when I was there in that cave, and I was sitting and everybody was drinking their beer and eating their dinosaurs and dancing around the fire and playing their drums and their guitars and chilling. And there I was in the back of my little cave, making handprints on the wall like a weird freak. Okay. So now I live in the age of AI and I'm making handprints on the wall like a weird freak, and the AI is writing me poems. In meetings light we gathered, bright minds and kind hearts, a circle forged with minds gaming, Roger Hansen playing parts. Within the vacuum whispered dreams, and Otto X shared his flair. Future plans laid bare, ambitions hung in the air. With laughter and wisdom we shaped what's to be, offering guidance, direction and camaraderie. Collaboration brewed like stars forming a net, casting visions forwards, dreams not to forget. Yet, in the space where Satori D should stand, a presence missed, a voice so grand. In absentia we press on, the fire still burns, in this dance of projects where hope ever returns. Join us in this journey, a bond born anew. In peer support and creation, there's a place for you. And here is the picture. That this sweet little AI, which is just a reflection of our collective, works of art and literature through the ages and philosophy. So there we go. You came and you joined me and you cheered me on and you did the thing for me, and you are so wonderful and I love you so much. And yeah, I guess when you're finished, you're finished. Thank you so much. And geez, I don't want to go. It was so fun. You've made me one of you. Okay, thank you very much. And I love it very much that you were here. And I will come back tomorrow morning somehow to do something, which will be the next step of something. And thanks again, and goodbye.